Thank you. In previous classes, we established that perception is the given because perception is physiologically set and provides the primary material for all processes higher than perception. Nihil in intellectu qui non sit in prius in sensu, if I recall correctly. And when we were discussing perception, we saw that it is therefore inerrant. It doesn't make mistakes. There's no such thing as misperceiving. Errors that do occur, we assign to the conceptual level. And that was like a promissory note that now has to be cashed in, because we're now going to cross the Great Divide. We're going into the land of fallibility, the conceptual level. Let me motivate it by reading from a section of my book on page 100, because again, I think this is well put. A man's survival, well-being, and happiness depend on his knowing what to do and how to do it. He needs to know that fire can be tamed and that striking together two rocks of a certain kind can make sparks that will start a fire. He needs to know that seeds can be planted, that a keystone will hold an arch together, that 2 + 2 = 4, that a certain stock is or is not a good investment, that the ratio of high-density lipid to low-density lipid cholesterol is important for his vascular health, that a certain person is Mr. Right or Miss Right, that a political candidate is likely to preserve his freedom. Each item of knowledge he needs represents a thought, a proposition, such as a keystone will hold together an arch. Propositions are composed of concepts, e.g., keystone, arch, hold. The mere fact that a proposition pops into a man's mind, say XYZ company stock is a good investment, even when it feels right, is not the least assurance that it is true. The truth of a proposition depends on the validity and precision of the concepts of which it is composed. Will candidate X support freedom? That depends on what the concept freedom means. Is abortion murder? That, in turn, depends upon what murder, human, and life mean. Is it immoral to be selfish? That depends on what moral and selfish mean. So, are there objective standards for determining the proper meaning of the terms we use? Such standards would depend upon knowing what the cognitive purpose of concepts is, what role they play in cognition. Concepts are the tools of thought. If the tools are useless, malformed, or otherwise defective, the thought cannot achieve its goal, knowledge. The validity of one's thinking depends upon the validity of the concepts one uses. To gain proper guidance in conceptualization, we must first know what concepts are. And to know that, we must understand how concepts are formed. And that's the topic that we're going to discuss now.